Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Papeterie de Choix, and I'm here to share a project for Wallpaper Wednesday. Now I've expanded the Wallpaper Wednesday to include gift bags, gift wrap, packaging, and other papers that are not usually used in journaling. So with that, here's the project that I made. It is just based on a composition notebook as far as the look and the shape, but just with a little bit different twist. It's very simple. This came from a gift bag. I put in a small signature, one signature, with two tuck spots, one on either side, sewn in to the signature, and I made two small little booklets that hold little writing spaces on the back side, and these are backed with sticky back craft paper. At least, let me double check these. Yes, I did do those. So this is the project for today, and the other thing I did was just put, I tied it on the inside and just put a couple of little jewels to hang here just as a little bit of extra decoration. So I'm going to put the camera on pause and get my materials together, and I will be right back. So I'm sorry about the glare. It's because I've chosen to use a shiny bag. So this bag is 14 inches wide, and no, I take that back. That's 15 inches wide, and 14.5 inches tall. So what I'm going to be doing is cutting it roughly right across through here for this one side. I put a fold in the middle, cut off the edges to the width that I want, and out of this section right here I am going to make the cover. So I won't put you through that torment of watching me cut this huge bag, but I will be right back with everything cut and ready to assemble. Okay, so I have cut the bag down into manageable size pieces. So the next thing that I'm going to do is make just a faint line, a faint fold line where I want my middle to be, and I want it to be right between these two birds without actually hitting it, and I'm hoping that that is possible. And like I've said in another video, I have all my rulers in a huge tin can, so I probably ought to paint it and make it look a little prettier, but anyway, that's where they are, and that's why there's all the noise. So the 7 is going to be too close, and the 3/4, so it's going to be at the 6 7/8 measurement. And all I want to do is just put enough of a line in here so that I can see it on the back side, because I want to line the back. And I don't think that was enough. I can't see it, so let's do it a little harder, I suppose. Now this is cut sort of straight enough. Okay, let's go back to here. Not that I really need the ruler now that I know where I'm doing this. But let's go a little deeper. Okay. Aha, now I can see that on the back side. Because what I want to do is I'm using this sticky back craft paper to line the pages, and what I want to do is overlap it just slightly so that I have, when I fold it to make the signature, it has a little bit more reinforcement there. So I'm going to be brave. At least I think I'm going to be brave. The first thing I'm going to do is move this. That way I can maybe do it with a little bit more finesse. Yeah, by the time I'm done, I'm hoping I even know what finesse looks like in doing anything sticky back. Okay, so basically what I want to do, I'm not really measuring it, I'm just going to judge it at roughly a ½ inch. And I'm going to put it over it slightly because I know that it's a little bit wider than what I have. Come on, come up now. I don't need a bubble in it. So, I'm going to come up to there. Keep easing it on up. Just a little bit. And I'm going to now take a ruler and my knife, and I'm going to cut this. I'll probably just jab the camera with the knife. I'm going to cut this about right here. You don't necessarily have to be straight, I just want to save that little bit of paper to use again. Okay, that'll work for this time around. So let's see what we got on the other side. Okay, that looks good. Now, I'm going to come in from the other side and do the same thing, except that I'm going to turn it around. I think it's going to be a little easier to work with, and I'm going to be smart this time and actually maybe cut it first. Wouldn't that be a bright idea? Possibly. Okay. Okay. So, this one, I might could undo the whole thing. What do you think? If I suddenly turn the camera off, you know that I really messed up and need to do it again. I do have the other side in case this goes horribly wrong, but there's a few little bubbles. Oops. Use my head for something besides a hat rack, as my mama says sometimes. Okay. Alright, so let's go around this with, what did I do with my big ruler? That's a good question. Oh, here it is. I know you probably won't be able to tell, but I changed my workstation again. The one that I changed it to last week just wasn't working for me at all. So I've turned everything around upside down and backwards, and so in a totally different spot in my craft room from where I usually do this sort of thing. So once I cut these edges off, then I'm going to fold it and get the book shape, or the cover shape. exactly the way I want it. And then we'll continue on. Okay. Now, I can get this to turn loose of my fingers. I have a trash can right here to my left, and yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we'll see if we can fold it right on that score. I wonder if I should score it again. You know what, I think I will, just since I've added 2 layers of paper right in that area. Don't score it with the knife. My goodness. Alright. Looks like I'm gonna have it at the same place. Yep. I'm gonna have it at the same place. So let me just give it a good. Okay. That's probably about as good as it's gonna get. Okay. And that's not bad. Yeah, so now since I've moved it around, I mean, I sort of have a little portable thing. I bought this little wooden box at Hobby Lobby and painted it, and it is portable, which is good. So that I can at least move it around to whatever workstation I'm working at. Okay, now I need a cutter, don't I? My husband and I mentioned in Monday's video that we have been to North Carolina to see our son and spent 2 nights up there. And yesterday and today, or well, Monday and yesterday, has felt so weird to us, and we're not really sure what's going on, why that we feel so weird. I'm not measuring this. I'm going by the bird's tail to get me. I am going to line it up by the bottom, but and then I'll trim the top. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Let's just even this up just a little bit. I'm going to take about 1/8 of an inch off. And I think I had a little bit of a, you know what, I'm going to use the scissors for that little bitty part, because I don't trust my eyeballs with the cutter. Okay. Well, that's looking pretty good so far. Cute. Cute, cute. And you can barely see that line. In fact, this line, the one on top is actually here, so basically it'll sort of be covered. Alright, so let's see what we've ended up with. We've ended up with a book or a cover that's barely under 6 inches, which is a good size, and right smack on 8 inches. Man, I couldn't have done that if I tried. So we've got a little bird on the front and a little bird on the back, and the next thing I need to do is round the corners and get the paper to go inside of it. So okay, so here's the paper I'm going to use. It's some that I coffee dyed. This is not alcohol ink coffee dye. This is instant coffee with a little bit of baking soda and hot water in a tub dyed paper. I have a small stack of different batches over here, and I have them separated by batch, so that I get so I know which batch I'm getting out of. I can't talk and do it at the same time, evidently. Okay, so I'm just going to do 3 sheets and figure out which way I want them to go. Okay, well I guess that's just going to have to go that way. Okay, so the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to flip this over. One reason that I use it flipped over the back way is because I noticed in one of my videos a while back that the red against this white tends to give the video a little bit of a pink cast. So I've added some lighting and changed some lighting, so hopefully that won't be the case this time around, but we will see. Okay, so this is paper is 8.5 inches wide. Let me find my ruler. This let me do it this way because I know this is a quilter's thing, I think, and it goes backwards to me, so I'm over here trying to read it the wrong way. So I am going to cut it just slightly under 8, since the book is 8. I'm going to give myself 1/4 of an inch to go by here. So alrighty, and let's see if I can get it all in one swoop. Nope. Alrighty, I think I might have, but it just okay, so let's bring this in. It's not far off of that. Now, unfortunately, it is a little bit short, and I don't know if I should cut that little bird's tail off to make it a little bit narrower. That's a dilemma, ain't it? Because a bird can't fly without its tail feathers, or at least I think so. Not that I really want it to fly off the page, but that's a little bit too much of a gap, so here goes. I am going to take off 1/4 inch. That won't be too much of its tail. Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm just making this up as I go along, in the sense that I have a procedure. Is procedure the right word? Sounds like I'm doing surgery, but I have a knife and I'm cutting something, so I'm doing surgery on paper, I suppose. Dr. Matthews. Anyway, alright, that's not too bad. Let's see now what we got. Okay, yeah, that's much better. Much better. Okay, now. In the other one, I made, now this bag was considerably smaller than the one that I've just done, so there wasn't near as much to work with. So I just took a part of the side that folds in, and that's where this came from, and then I took the other side and made these little booklet things with little writing spaces inside. So that's where I got that. I think the next thing I want to do is just sew in the paper. Actually, I need to really put pockets in. So I'm putting pockets in next. And rounding corners. So let me do that. Actually, the very next thing is round the corners. And that gives it a look. Now let's round this one, and hopefully it'll go through all of them at the same time. Tweezers. Alright, come out of there. Sometimes when those papers get hung in there, it causes the blade to miss what it is you're trying to cut, and it makes it cut weird. And then also I noticed not making sure that it's in that little corner groove makes all the difference. If it's not, it is going to mess up. So another reason to use them upside down. They should make these punches so that you can actually see what's going on in there. Okay, so I am going to cut up a few pieces to make a pocket, and I'll be right back. Okay, I decided to let you see what I was doing. So basically, I'm going to cut that little section there, turn it around, find a straightish portion, because I just cut that with scissors, and cut right through here. And I'm going to make 2 corner pockets from this little piece, or at least that's the plan. We'll see if that's what happens, but that's the plan. Okay. So I'm folding it to give me a cut line. I'm finding that I like using the cutters a lot better than I like using scissors. It's just a smooth, straight line. Okay, so that went that way, I think. It went that way. I'm going to have to look and see which way it does go, so that I sort of get an idea. Oh well, I don't have one to go by anymore. But those are the same. Why don't I just put it together and see if it matches? Can you tell it's late? Yeah, losing my mind over here. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is fold this on the corner like so, and give it a burnish so that it'll lay down. I'm going to use the scissors to cut barely inside that line there. And what did I do with my glue? I've been doing stuff off and on today, and yeah. So I'm going to put some glue down here, and to hold this. Now you'll notice I'm not inking anything like I usually do. The main reason is because this is this bag has a coating on it, and the ink would not stick. so it's inkless. So here is my handy dandy antique iron for things like this, to hold that down. And see, this one needs to go the opposite way, right? This way. Alrighty. And then go just slightly under, if I can do it without cutting the part that I need to cut. I probably just messed up. I think I did. Of course I could always turn it over. No, I didn't. Oh my goodness. I do need to straighten that little part up. Okay. Now, glue and more glue, or at least enough to hold it. And then I'm going to put it in the outside corner, and then once I do that I will re-round those bottom corners so that the little pocket has a rounded corner also. Okay. And my other one. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to put these over here on my other table, and I'm going to go ahead and sew in this signature. Because I've been rambling and my phone, not my phone, but my camera will turn off at 28 minutes, and I have no idea right off where I am in that scope of time. Sometimes I bring my phone in and kind of time myself, but I did not do that tonight. So I'm going to grab my thread and my needle and a ruler. Do the black one. It seems to like the light a little better. And so again, I know you've seen me do this several times already, but it's just a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. That's just pretty easy and straightforward to do. Pencil. Okay. I'll move over this way. I realize I'm way over here. Well, the camera cut off like I was hoping it would not do. But anyway, I finished it not realizing that I was not recording. So let me just go ahead and do a quick little run through. I did just some simple corner pockets. Did these coffee stained pages. Added 2 little keys to the inside here. And then there's that. And then I've got this long piece of lace that I'm going to use to tie it up. I know it's a little wide, but I think it'll be okay. So there's that one and that one. So I hope you enjoyed this disoriented project with my on and off and out and back. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon.